start building up his second answer to this possible objection. Okay, so let's dwell on this a bit. This saying that this objection or doubt regarding the objectivity of the mystic experience of the other self arises because we have the conception of experience we have is entirely based on sense experience. And that was, in a sense, important because with the analogy of sense experience, the overpowering nature of the experience was connected to objectivity. But the downside is that sense experience, there's always possibility of doubt regarding sense experience, even if sense experience is overpowering, for the reason we just mentioned and other well-known reasons. So now he's trying to say that we can't base our so our conception of knowledge entirely on our knowledge of the external reality through sense experience. So this model of sense experience is fine, but we can't base the whole conception of knowledge on this model, because if we did do that, then even we can't be even sure about our own self, because our knowledge of our own self based on sense experience can be doubted as well. But we, in fact, are never, almost never, sure of our own self. But as Kant showed, that self-certainty cannot be based entirely on sense experience. It has to be based on something else, as Descartes showed, for example. So this tells us that we can't, we need to move away from the model of sense perception to deepen our model of the knowledge of the other self, especially this unique self which we encounter in the mystic experience, or we believe we encounter in the mystic experience, at least sometime. And that model, now he move on to our experience of our own experience of not just our own self, but our self experience of other selves like us. And he would say, he would go on to say that our knowledge of other self can't be entirely based on sense experience. Sense experience might provide a starting point, like it has to be some other sources or other models of knowledge which we apply to other self, because otherwise we would never sure of or entirely sure of the existence of other self if our knowledge of other self was entirely based on sense experience or something similar to sense experience. So maybe to understand the objectivity of our experience of the absolute self in the mystic experience, would be clearer if we try to understand better how we know other selves, like our own, other human selves, other human minds in our day-to-day life. So he will move on to that, the problem of knowing the other self or the other mind. Okay, so